Hi guys, how are you doing? So today I'm going to be testing out the lightest shade of the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick. I have the shade Y205, which just looks like this. And actually I'm so excited that I tested this out today because I always use the lightest shade with a darker shade and I contour with a darker shade, just because I always felt like this shade was a little bit too pink toned for me. But you guys will see how it applies in the demo and my thoughts on all that. But I'm really glad that I took the chance to wear this on its own today. It claims to be long-lasting, multitasking cover stick with invisible coverage for foundation touch-ups and contouring. It says it creates a flawless complexion on camera. You guys can let me know. And to the naked eye, developed specifically for the film and TV industry, most advanced technology. It is completely invisible under the latest super focused 4K lens. The revolutionary foundation contains amino acid coated pigments that provide medium to full coverage with a lightweight second skin texture that looks just like skin. So I agree that it is medium coverage and it does look a lot like skin. It leaves a natural looking radiant finish and it is formulated with hydraulic spears for time releasing hydration that is perfect for normal to dry skin. I agree, I have dry skin and I do enjoy this foundation. It says ideal for foundation touch-ups and contouring. It can be applied at home or on the go for a flawless complexion. I don't know how much I apply foundation on the go, but I do agree that it can be used for contouring since I do use the shade Y225 for that. So before I jump into the demo, I'm going to insert some foundation swatches now just so you have a good idea of what the shade looks like in comparison with some other popular foundations that I have on hand with me right now. Here is the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 100. Next to that is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in the shade Porcelain. This next one here is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation in the shade Fair. This is the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in the shade N10. This right here is the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick in the shade Y205. And this one right here is the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick in the shade Y225. So if you guys want to see how this foundation applies, then just keep watching. So before I jump into foundation, I'm just going to go into the No Pore Blonde Primer from Touch in Sol. So on one side of my face, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal sponge, and on the other, I'm going to go in with the Morphe M439. This foundation also does not have the most pleasant smell. Color actually looks really good on my skin. I feel like it looks really nice. It matches my neck. So I'm glad that I'm doing this test because I would have never tried this on its own because I really thought it was too pink, but it actually looks really nice. It looks like it has a medium coverage and a dewy finish. I think the coverage looks about the same for both sides. The sponge side definitely looks a little bit dewier. So I would say I prefer the sponge, but either way, both sides look pretty nice. They're not that far off from each other. It blended super easy either way, which can be a problem with some stick foundations. I feel like I want to go in with just a little bit more just to build up the coverage some, specifically right here where I have more freckles, and on my nose, and just right here in the middle. After building it up, I still wouldn't call it full coverage because I can still see my freckles peeking through the foundation, but I would say it is a good medium coverage. It does not look cakey at all where I built it up. It looks really nice still. It just looks like the same as the one layer parts, and I feel like it just looks really pretty on the skin. It has a very, very natural dewy glow to it. I actually really like the shade. I thought it was going to be way off. I thought I was going to have like a sunburnt looking face all day, but it actually looks really, really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and do my check-in time, which is 9:05. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and then I will be back. Alright guys, so it is now 9:52. If you're wondering why it took me like 10 years to do my makeup, I had to put my son down for a nap twice. He accidentally woke up and bumped his head. Just so you guys know, I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer right here underneath my eyes just to conceal a little bit, but I did not put concealer anywhere else, so all of the coverage is the foundation. I also set underneath my eyes, and then I decided to very lightly set the rest of my face just because the foundation does have more of a dewy, tacky finish to it, so it doesn't set itself. And I just used a tiny little bit of the RCMA No Color Powder. So far, I'm really happy with the way that the foundation looks. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a second so you can see what it looks like really nice up and close. It's not emphasizing any texture. It's not clinging to any dry patches. It looks really nice. So here's what my skin looks like super up close, so you guys can see. So I will be back in a few hours to check in. Alright guys, so it is now 1:02, so it has been 4 hours, and I figured that was a good halfway point to check in on how the foundation is doing. So I'm just gonna check it out. It looks really good so far. I definitely think I should have set a little bit better on my smile lines because they're creasing, but that's not the foundation's fault. That's my smile lines are ridiculous. Every foundation does that. It doesn't look dry anywhere. I definitely do not feel like this foundation is full coverage, especially as it's wearing. I can see a little bit of redness peeking through right here. I can see all of my freckles. Like, this is not hiding my freckles whatsoever, especially not on my nose, and I did like 2 layers there. So definitely not full coverage, but it does look beautiful on the skin. Areas where I don't have any other makeup, like right here and then like the middle of my forehead, it does not look like I have foundation on. It doesn't look like I have any makeup. It just looks like I have really nice skin. I mean, I already knew that I like this foundation, but I wanted to do the wear test throughout the day for you guys so you could see that it still looks really good after 4 hours and it does not look dry. So I'm going to zoom you in. So I'll be back for my final check-in in a few hours. Alright guys, so it is now 5:08. So it has been it has been 8 hours now. So the foundation still looks beautiful. Like I've said already a million times in this video, I love this foundation. I think it wears really nice. I highly recommend it if you have dry skin. I will zoom you guys in so you can see up close, but I don't have any like dryness or patchiness around my nose, which is normally a problem area for me. So overall, I love this foundation. I will be wearing it for a lot longer than 8 hours, but I'm working with natural sunlight here. So obviously I can't do a later check-in, but I will leave in the description box how long I wore it and like if it keeps looking good, which I'm sure that it will, but I will leave any updates down below. Really love the Makeup Forever stick foundation. So here is my skin as close as my camera will go. You guys can see nothing happening here. So that is everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.